On Friday evening, I arrived at the parking lot at the start of the route at 1:30 in the night to spend the night in the car and go out to meet the guys in the morning who have already settled upstairs by the lakes. Spending the night in a car in a parking lot is always a special moment. On one hand, you're already at the start of the adventure. On the other hand, there is silence and anticipation of new impressions.
Good morning, guys. I woke up in the car. We're going to head upstairs now.
Similar moments always make you think about the upcoming journey and those sensations. What's waiting ahead?
So, I'm ready. It's 6 a.m. in the morning now. I'm going upstairs alone. So far, I've put on a jacket. It's cold, only 4 degrees warm right now. The other guys are already upstairs. They arrived yesterday in the afternoon. Unfortunately, I'm alone today without anyone. I'm going to go up to them now and we plan to go to the top at 10 a.m. in the morning. I don't know. Maybe we'll go through 2, or more precisely, climb 2 or 4 peaks.
The journey begins with a light hike to the camp location. By the old road, the length of the route is almost 8 kilometers, with an altitude of 730 meters, to the lakes, for warm-up before the main ascents. The ideal path, which will take me 3 hours.
Actually, you could drive higher on this road in the past, so you wouldn't have to walk several extra kilometers here. In principle, it's still possible now if you have a good off-road vehicle. Yes, this section that I'm currently going through can definitely be traveled by car. I'm walking right now, and I can see the traces of tire treads. Even though it was literally 4 degrees outside the car just a moment ago, it's now 6 degrees warmer. But since I'm walking, it's already warm, and I'm literally just about to, I don't know, maybe I'll take off my down jacket in a few hundred meters, because I've already warmed up. Yes, well, I wouldn't be able to get through here with my SUV. As you can see, we need a more off-road capable vehicle. Looking like we're making progress. We're starting to leave the low forest, and the first peaks are beginning to open up. Ah, I see. Apparently this is the furthest you can get by car, and that's it. Yes. The trail goes further in this direction, downwards. So it looks like the most you can get here is by car. And further, everything on foot. Okay, let's keep going.
The trail runs through small streams in a mixed forest with a variety of trees. Tall fir trees, slender spruce trees, shrubs, rocks, and alpine meadows. In general, everything that you love. It seems like the forest is living its own life. Drops are dripping from the branches, the voices of birds can be heard, and the ground is covered with a soft carpet of needles and moss. Such a morning, the best start of the day in the mountains. We chose July for our trip. This is one of the best times, when the mountains are as accessible as possible. During this period, the daytime temperatures here stay in the range of +15, but at night, it's quite cool, from -1 to +7. What creates a pleasant microclimate for a comfortable sleep in tents and an active day on the trails? It's worth remembering that the weather in the mountains is extremely changeable. A sunny morning can turn into a thick fog, and an hour later, an unexpected rain. This is one of the reasons why every trip, this is a little adventure with an element of surprise. After a relatively smooth relief, trail, gradually gaining momentum and heading upward. And if you've never been to the mountains, and you're planning your first outing in this area, you can confidently set off on a journey to the Alpine lakes. You won't encounter any steep cliffs or difficult to traverse sections on the trail. Coming out of the forest into the meadow, we'll have to rely on the map more often, since there are a lot of seasonal streams here, which cross the main trail and you can easily get lost from the route. But you can always navigate in clear weather by the peaks that will be in front of you, and you need to go towards them.
I'm navigating using GPS points. Now right here, we go out to my friends. I don't know yet. There's nobody on this lake. I'm not observing. Interesting. Interesting. I'm done. I see them. I found them. Something is quite quiet over there. They're probably still sleeping. Hey, good morning. Anybody here? Hello. Apparently, there's nobody here. They probably went out for a walk somewhere. Either. This is not my company. I'll check on the GPS now. Yes, it seems like I see another tent. Now I'll go check. Who is standing here in the forest? Cool, almost got into someone else's tent. Yes, Vladimir is standing over there.
At 9:30 in the morning, I arrived at the place I took up setting up a tent. We agreed in advance that I will come to camp no later than 10. So it happened. Everyone has already woken up and started getting ready to go out, while having breakfast at the same time. In hiking, food is not just a necessity but a ritual, which helps to restore strength and unite the group. Discussing plans for the upcoming day, we carefully checked the equipment to ensure that not a single important item was forgotten. Let's start with Mount Illal. This name comes from the Nlakapamux people, the indigenous inhabitants of the region. They believed that the spirits of the mountains, protectors of nature, and guardians of ancient secrets dwell here. For them, these places were sacred, and even today these legends give the summit a special magnetism.
We're going to now. Mountain Illal. The first peak for today. Still, according to the plan today, climb to the top of Coquihalla and Jim Kelly. Yes, the path leads us higher and higher. Now, I think we'll go up here. And should be small lake. Hey, those look like our guys over there, right? No, it's not them. If you're tough enough, you might even be able to swim. Yeah, found.
Sasha, did they find a drone far away from us?
No, he was near the neighboring tents. And I ran 2 kilometers down.
So how did you find it later?
Vladimir called me.
Did you say you found it?
Yes.
Yes, the thing is, I didn't feel how a drone fell out of my pocket when I was approaching the tents. And when we started to gather for the ascent to the mountain, I discovered it. On the control panel, I saw the first point of his rise and went to look for him down, and he was very close. So I already walked an extra 4 kilometers today, with an additional height gain of 400 meters, exactly why our outing was a little delayed. The first test for everyone today is the climb of Mount Illal. The height of the mountain is 2,010 meters. Although the route is relatively short, about 1.5 kilometers from our camp, and an ascent of 110 meters. He's quite cool at the finish line, especially for those who is on such a terrain for the first time. There are 2 routes to the top. The bypass is more gradual. And the second short question, where are we going? The path goes through rocky slopes, with patches of loose soil and steep transitions, where it's important to maintain balance and watch out for falling rocks. During the ascent, new views keep opening up. Dark green forests will be visible from below. Just a bit higher are rocky outcrops and rare mountain flowers. And at the top, there's a panorama, which literally takes your breath away. From here, you can see the Coquihalla River stretching far into the valley, and the neighboring mountain ranges covered with forests and alpine valleys. Interesting fact. At the top of Illal, a rare alpine poppy grows, which blooms only for a few weeks in the summer. But we didn't meet him, but there were many other beautiful flowers.
So we split. Guys went around the mountain look. What is their slope? I'm going solo to the top of Coquihalla. Everyone climbed to the top of Illal. And they decided that the slopes are dangerous for them. But the top of Coquihalla was even higher and nobody wanted to go with me. Going alone now. I think I'll need several hours. I just ran into the camp, changed the batteries in the cameras, and yes, as said, everyone stayed. At camp, now they will be coming back. Me, going here upstairs. Here is a quite deserted place. Just stones. Probably, we'll have to do it now. Go around there, and from that side, there will be an ascent to the top.
Instead of the standard route along the ridge, I chose a detour that goes around the mountain, allowing you to see her from unusual perspectives. This route is a bit longer, about 2.5 kilometers. But the elevation changes are distributed more evenly, which allows you to walk more smoothly and enjoy the nature.
I continue to go around. The top. The trail is poorly marked. I have to constantly stop, check with the GPS navigator, to find exact route. There are actually no ribbons on the trees at all, and there are such periodic transitions on the rocks. Rocky things happen sometimes, and there aren't always pyramids. That's why I often have to stop and check with the navigation. Especially when you're going for the first time. The route is unknown. Quite exhausting ascent. We need to make a very big hook. And anyway, I'm already a bit tired. And 200 more meters. Gain in height. So, a little more, and the top will be revealed. Already, you can say, at the finish line. Here is the top. Over there. There's also some kind of lake there. This is a false peak, and this is Coquihalla.
Mount Coquihalla is an extinct stratovolcano, standing at a height of 2,157 meters. It is the highest point in the ridge of layered mountains, and got its name because of the turbulent rivers. And from the language of the local residents, it can be translated as turbulent water. This is quite consistent with the fast mountain rivers and rapids, especially in the spring when the snow melts and fills the valleys.
I thought from here. The place will open. Our tents. But it's not visible. So, this is Illal Mountain. Where were we a couple of hours ago? Then there's the lake. And here we go. And here is this lake. And it's not visible here. There, a bit to the right. Our tents are in the forest.
Coquihalla, a place with a rich history. In the 1980s, there were major forest fires here, after which environmentalists organized projects to restore vegetation and preserve rare species. Here, shrubs of lingonberries and blueberries grow, which attract wild animals such as bears and deer in the season. During the hike, I encountered a northern squirrel and several species of butterflies that only fly in this part of the mountains. And I also caught other common animals and birds in this region on camera. It took me exactly 2 hours to get upstairs, and the return journey only takes 1 hour. And this is taking into account that I was filming and spent 30 minutes at the top. Total for the day. My watch showed me that I covered 28 kilometers from leaving the parking lot to the camp, then an additional run downhill while searching for a drone, climbing 2 peaks, and the rest of the movement. As I'm making my final meters to the camp where my friends are waiting for me, I would like to introduce you in more detail to the map of the area and the routes available here. The main route to the lakes is marked in red, where you can conveniently stay overnight or take a daytime rest. The further laid path to the top of Illal. But as I said, if you slightly bypass it on the left side, you can find a smoother ascent. The blue line shows the detour route to the top of Coquihalla that I took, and the second path to the ridge is blue. The purple line leads us to the top of Jim Kelly. In the warm season and in clear weather, all trails are well trodden and easily distinguishable on the ground and in the forest, but they occasionally get lost in rocky areas. And finally, in green, I've highlighted the route we plan to take tomorrow to get around Jim Kelly Peak. All these trails are marked on tourist maps, so with an app on your phone or a GPS, you can easily find them. After a long and warm day, we are all together again. Due to the strong wind, the temperature sharply started to drop after 6 in the evening. Even taking into account the fact that we were in a small forest, it didn't save us, and it was getting colder and colder. We had to bundle up and light a fire, and to make the evening even warmer and more enjoyable, in addition to the individual food that everyone brought for themselves, Anna prepared a surprise for everyone. Puffball mushrooms, which she gathered on her way here, took a special place in the camping menu, which she collected on the way here. Puffballs are unique edible mushrooms with a dense texture and a pleasant nutty flavor. A recipe for mushrooms for a picnic? We used what we had with us. Anna got fat from a small amount of bacon, and to make the taste even more interesting, she decided to add cod liver oil. As it turned out, the oil was unnecessary, and because of it, the mushrooms had a slight bitterness. While the mushrooms were being prepared, we had already had a hearty dinner, but we waited impatiently, and even with a bit of fear, to try this dish. Mushrooms have become a real delicacy and a boost of energy for all of us.
On cod liver. A little bit of bacon. Yes, we'll fry all of this. Bacon also smells good.
Without bacon, it doesn't smell the same.
I think it's not salty, it just smells like salt. Do you also film?
We immediately started the courses.
Everyone takes their own spoon from the common pot and eats.
A good option.
Yes, a good option.
Everyone with their own spoon.
Will you try it with us, Vladimir?
I'll wait for now. I'm a bit afraid to try.
Is Vladimir picky?
No, he's not squeamish. He's cautious. He's very cautious indeed, trying something like this.
I just ate the only piece of bacon.
Is there still any?
The pot might be hot. Be careful.
Where is our spoon?
I want to eat a little.
This is delicious.
The wind just won't stop, so we decided to stock up on a lot of firewood for the evening. And it turned out to be wonderful. Sitting by the campfire and enjoying the rays of the setting sun, we told each other funny and relatable stories until late in the evening. A night in a tent, a special feeling of unity with nature. Indeed, this unity didn't feel very comfortable. The temperature dropped below 0 degrees at night. And as it turned out, everyone who had sleeping bags with a comfortable temperature rating around 0 got cold. Therefore, we had to sleep in jackets and pull on all the spare socks we had. To get my blood flowing faster, I decided to get up and start moving immediately, rather than lying down and trying to warm up.
Friends, a little life hack, so that your shoelaces don't come untied on hikes. Look, we're tying the first knot, and then a bow. And we didn't just do it once, but twice. And that's it. You'll never untie this knot.
Overnight, the gusts of wind have calmed down, and now it's not blowing so strongly. The sky is clear, and the sun is already starting to warm us with its rays. I'm getting out of the tent not just to get my blood flowing, but to fetch some water, wash up, have my morning coffee, and head to the top of Jim Kelly. The water source is very close to us. This is a small crystal clear lake that is formed from melted snow. I'm immediately replenishing my water supplies, planning to take them with me in my backpack. Then all you have to do is add a couple of powders so you're not drinking plain water, and fill it with electrolytes. I thought everyone was still asleep and I was the first one to get up. But as it turned out, Vladimir left the tent half an hour earlier than me and went to fly a drone while sipping a fragrant morning coffee. I also don't linger around. I immediately start boiling water. The coffee is ready. The scent in the mountains is truly magical, and you can enjoy this taste in complete silence while admiring nature. At such moments, you realize how important simple things are. Fresh air, a hot drink, and tranquility. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear the quiet rustle of the wind in the tree crowns and the barely discernible singing of birds. The sun slowly rises from behind the mountain peaks, painting the sky in golden and pink hues. Every sip fills you with warmth, and every minute gives you a sense of harmony with the world. And I wish this morning could last forever, without the rush, worries, and noise of the city.
Well, I've stepped up. The height of Jump Kelly. While the guys are still sleeping in tents, only Vladimir woke up. It turns out they're half an hour ahead of me. Sat behind the fir trees. I've been drinking coffee while everyone is still asleep. I decided. Climb to the third peak. Go for a walk. I think it will take about an hour to get there. Lift. So Vladimir just got undressed in the camp. It's gotten hot. Here is our dwelling place. He's looking for something to eat. People have practically all woken up already. Someone is going to get water. Someone is near the tents. So how many tents do we have? So it turns out, our glade is unique. The second company. Maybe these are two companies. And here I see... Here's another tent. And there are also tents over there. Also, many people are leaving. There, to Mount Illal. There's also a big lake there. As you saw yesterday, many people set up tents there. Today, I somehow feel all this is more impressive than yesterday. Yesterday, somehow, I was quite skeptical. Set up. But today, I'm really enjoying myself. Let's keep going. Oh, great. Also a beautiful, even playground. If it's quiet and there's no wind, you can even climb up here, set up tents. And a more beautiful panorama opens up here. All the mountains are visible. Very beautiful. just shouted to the guys. They saw me where I'm standing. They are waving at me. So what? We still have a bit left to go up. Except for the occasional scrambling of this kind. And in relation to near the camp, she is the fastest to get up. I'm going slowly, sometimes taking breaks. Well, get involved. I went out at 8 in the morning. I've been walking for 36 minutes already. No. It turns out, I thought it was already going up. It turns out to be upwards, further. As always, a false peak. I'm going through the last few meters right now. So what do we have here? Some kind of rope is stretched. Interesting. Yeah. Is this probably a station? Exactly. There used to be some sort of station here before. But it's already not fixed. Apparently, she collapsed here a long time ago. Well, a box for recording. Today is the 26th of July. And today we have Well, I also made my mark. By the way, for some reason, I didn't see the suitcase at Coquihalla. Didn't find it yesterday when I was there. So what do we have here? Guys, if someone really wants to leave a mark, there's even a condom at the top. Can you imagine? A couple of chewing candies. Napkin. Pencil. Duct tape. And that's it. And there's also something else lying here. What do we have here? Unfortunately, this is not airtight. And papers. Everyone is absolutely soaked. Well, it's already fallen apart into 2 parts. By the way, did anyone sign up for it in June? A month ago, on June 25th, 2025th year. I don't know, maybe it wasn't closed properly or something. But you see, everything got soaked through.
Jim Kelly Mountain is 2,107 meters high, named after the explorer and cartographer who, in the early 20th century, first detailed this part of the Cascade Mountains. The mountain is a lava dome, and together with the peak of Coquihalla, it is part of the Pemberton volcanic belt. This trail is more challenging, second-class scrambling, but the fastest one from the camp. It only took me 40 minutes to get up, and the descent is 25. When climbing, you need maximum concentration and good physical shape. However, the views from the top fully justify all the efforts. Panoramas of the neighboring ridges are opening up, forests and deep valleys. Traces of glacial activity are visible on the slopes.
Just now, another group of people followed me straight upstairs. And we want today. Go around Jim Kelly, bypass him. Somewhere like this is how the trail will pass. Good morning, everyone. How are things?
Did you manage it in an hour and a half?
Yes, the mountain is really easy.
How many kilometers have we already covered today?
You can go somewhere else. By the way, the most beautiful top.
And why?
Yes. In general, everything the whole area opens.
All 360 degrees.
So, what's the situation there?
It took me 40 minutes to get upstairs. Sometimes scrambling. Also scrambling, like on Mount Illal. Yes, it's probably 4 times longer.
Yes, over there is the only climb, or there are several of them.
Here's this false peak that you're seeing. And there, behind her, is the very peak, the top of Jim Kelly. All move towards cars. We had a good rest. The vacation was a success. Climbed who wanted where. And now, on the way back, decided to do another route. Let's go around Jim Kelly. To don't go back the same route. How was everyone walking here? Maybe something else interesting. We will find, we will see.
Someone's drone or camera.
Yeah, maybe we'll find something like that.
For the descent, we chose a workaround. By distance, it is approximately 4 kilometers. Route skirts the top of Jim Kelly, and it connects with the main trail at the foot. Along the way, we will meet several picturesque mountain lakes. The water in them is always incredibly clear and cold. We'll also make several stops to rest, replenish our water supplies, and enjoy the silence. But before we got to the main trail, we were in for another very pleasant and unexpected surprise. One of the most memorable spots is a small wooden hut, or I would even say a cabin, serving as a shelter for travelers and hunters. This place feels as if it's been plucked from another era, with its wooden walls, the smell of pine needles, and the sounds of nature creating an atmosphere of tranquility and coziness.
Guys, look, they're coming. Going down to the main trail. And look at what we noticed. Cool place. It's so cozy here. It's cool. It's cool.
Sasha, your dream?
Yes,
Do you like this? Damn, it's very cozy.
very cozy. The house itself is certainly not that great. But the area around here is very beautiful.
And the girls were chatting. And we almost missed it.
Look at what a handsome guy.
Wow. A beautiful mushroom. This is a porcini. Handsome.
You need to see, maybe there is somewhere else nearby.
We need to have mushrooms here. Should we take him?
After every trip, such ruin in the family, each other looked up. One has a knife right at the other stick. Who has the filter there? A drock.
Well, there are pros to that. When the company is big, you walk. Everyone has something to see for themselves. Then others will also see something in you.
Also, when you travel somewhere and cook, you can learn a lot of useful things.
Have you seen porcini?
Straight so real. Strong, clean, good mushroom.
Near the cabin, there is an incredibly beautiful alpine meadow with a rocky stream and a huge variety of mountain flowers. We've only seen such beauty in the work of landscape designers, but here it's all real, and nature has done all this on its own. Our journey and exciting adventure is coming to an end. This trip became a real test and a source of inspiration for us. Illal Mountain, Coquihalla, and Jim Kelly are some of the most beautiful and wild corners of British Columbia, where you want to return again and again. Here, everyone will find something of their own. The grandeur of the peaks, the silence of the forests, the freshness of the mountain lakes, and the opportunity to test themselves. If you're planning a similar trip, remember, preparation is the key to success. Keep an eye on the weather, bring everything you need, and respect nature. Thank you for being with us in this adventure. Subscribe, give likes, and stay in touch. There are many new adventures and stories ahead.